It's going great, Madison. So earlier this morning, around 6 o'clock, we told you guys we are exploring the African heritage and health with Jennifer Nickell. This is something she does. This is a curriculum that she teaches, right, Jennifer?
Mm-hmm.
And we made, basically, it's called coconut red beans.
Yep.
Coconut red beans. Jennifer, we're going to taste it. You want to taste it before we start talking?
Let's do this.
Okay, this is what
I've
it looks
made
like.
this before.
Jennifer's made it. This is my first time helping out. And here we go.
It's so good.
I'm going to taste it.
It's so good.
Mmm. Mmm.
Right?
I love it.
I do too.
It tastes, this is something you eat right before you go to sleep. Knock you right out. For sure. Comfort food. All right, so we're talking about exploring the African heritage. It is Black History Month. So what are the influences of coconut red beans?
Well, so this is a Caribbean coconut red bean recipe. So you think about the red beans coming from like South America, or even red beans are also produced in East Africa. But the influence of the Caribbean, you know, the slaves came over for the sugar plantations, and so there's a huge Caribbean influence in a lot of these foods. The coconut, the beans, it's just a delicious dish.
It kind of reminds me of just soul food in general. You know, we make red beans and rice as a soul food dish, Jennifer. You can pair this with rice, of course. And soul food originates back from slavery times. You know, it was the scraps that slaves were given, but now it's its own cuisine.
It's a delicacy.
Yeah, it's good. So we can pair this with what type of rice? What type of rice would you recommend?
Brown rice.
Brown rice?
Brown rice, that's a hearty, good rice with that. You know, it has all of the protein. It has protein in it.
Yeah.
I mean, beans are one of the most protein-rich ingredients. Minerals, vitamins. It really is just a good overall dish, and it's inexpensive. Beans are super inexpensive. It's not
quick and easy, too.
Yeah, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on it, a whole lot of time. This dish didn't even take that long.
Yep, no, it didn't. It took a couple minutes, guys. We made it. We kind of put it all together while you guys were away. What does the coconut milk do for the beans, you think?
Well, I mean, besides the taste, right?
Yeah, it is
I mean,
good.
coconut milk is just that hearty kind of milk, and it gives it that rich taste and texture to it, because it's kind of a thicker milk.
Would you recommend this for anyone to try?
Anyone.
Because it's affordable, it's easy to make, it's something that we do.
Well, and the garlic in there, I mean, who doesn't love garlic?
I love the garlic smell.
Like, garlic is so good on everything.
Yes.
Garlic, salt.
I love it. And then, so we got about 1 minute left. I do want to talk a little bit about, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be right back here to explore a little bit more of the African heritage. What are we making next week?
So
Or in 2 weeks.
Or in 2 weeks. We're going to try to make a traditional African dish or food, like a whole meal, a traditional African meal. You know, like I said earlier, the more that we embrace other cultures, because they eat so healthy, or they did, then the healthier we're going to be.
Yeah.
So we're going to try that. We'll see. I mean, this was part of this curriculum, Taste of African Heritage. So it's this healthy way of eating, but also there's that traditional African meal that we're going to try out.
I love it. And who doesn't love soul food, guys? I mean, I'm excited to try it. Jennifer, thanks so much for hanging out like always. We always appreciate you. Corbin, we got a little bit left, but I'm sure you got to tell us about the weather. So we're going to toss it to you, and we'll bring this to the studio in a minute.
And now, your Storm Surge 7 forecast with meteorologist Corbin Vogus.
LaMyiah, that sounds like a plan. It is very cold outside, just so you know, before you head on back. We have had that cold